just a colorful family, and they're just not responding to each other. They're acting in ways that is really bizarre. You know what I mean? Like if like they're at a dinner table and the man just gets up. I'm just making it up, right? And he just kind of does stands in the corner upside down and just sits,
and no one says,
that, and he's there for 4 days.
Yeah,
and people go eat breakfast, and he's still there. And meanwhile, you know, he's like maybe he dies, and he's deteriorating, right? And people and kids are just still playing around and
so it's like a nightmare.
Yeah, it's like a nightmare. Eraserhead.
Do you remember this story?
I gotta watch it.
You gotta watch it again. It's a fucking nightmare. Dude.
It's a nightmare.
And another one that was filmed kind of like that was Elephant Man.
Oh, that was
to me atmospherically.
You think that's like a scary movie?
It's not really a scary movie, but it's atmospherically. I remember as a kid watching it. It was really scary.
Okay,
I was petrified.
Here's one for you. That's like I wouldn't necessarily count it as a scary movie, but I think it's scary elements of it is like Seven. You know?
Seven.
That was just a good movie.
No, but the thing
is more psychological.
But here's the thing, though. What I enjoyed about this technique, I enjoyed in the movie is you only saw the aftermath of the killing.
Right.
So that made it scary because in your mind
you had to fill
in
the blanks.
What got him to this point?
Right.
And so that's what I really.
It's not even just that. Is David Lynch's? Not David Lynch. David Fincher's.
Oh, that's Fincher.
That's Fincher. David Fincher's just his choice, like when the fat man is, tied, his ankles are tied, right? And just you could smell that room,
right,
without being there.
Yeah,
right.
That's just good movie making.
The walls are wet.
Yes,
right. You see the veins.
What I'm saying is
he was a master. That was a masterful directed movie.
Great movie.
I gotta see that again. It's been
masterfully directed.
That's a great.
Fucking
movie, is there a scene at the desert where there's a box and then
that's the whole thing? What's in the box?
Yeah.
What's in the box?
It's been years since I've seen it.
Even that one dildo contraption that's a knife.
But check it out. That's what I'm talking about. Like they only showed like the bloody sheet,
right?
And you didn't see that knife till later,
right?
And then that made you in the movie go, oh my god, he fucked her with that.
He fucked her with a dildo that was a fucking sword,
and he was forced to.
I get it.
In your mind,
and then that actor, I've seen him before. The shaky actor when he was being interviewed.
That guy's great.
And then he couldn't even get it. Yeah. What a great movie.
All right.
Yeah.
So you would consider that horror?
That's what I'm saying. It's a psychological.
It's atmospheric. Another one that's atmospheric.
Yeah. So I don't know if that's like whatever genre that would be.
Yeah.
Because I toe the line on these scary movies of what I think is like scary. Because again, a slasher film or like here's an example like Hostel, Saw. Those type of movies.
I don't like those.
I don't get scared.
I don't
like
that. I'm not interested in those.
But I do like. Oh my god, someone's gonna get their head chopped off, and you're pretending like you don't want to look, and you're like and you're like
Oh, I'm gonna throw one in there that I forgot.
Yeah.
Blair Witch, the first Blair Witch Project.
Fuck them. Okay.
Well, what do you mean?
All right, that was all hype. No, dude, I went to go see that movie. I had a headache. You got vertigo watching that movie because it's stupid. That was the first lost footage movie.
Josh!
Oh, I hated that shit.
No, but that's the same thing. It's like at the very end, that guy's facing the corner. You don't know why.
I had friends of mine who thought that shit was real. And then I said to them, oh, so they found them for the MTV Movie Awards?
You didn't like it, man?
No, it's just because I was sitting. It was hype. And I was sitting in the front because it was all sold out. So imagine like all that fucking moving, and then you're just like you couldn't even enjoy it.
What I liked
I liked it though.
The movie not so much. What I liked about it was the trailer.
Yeah,
I don't remember. I was in the movie theater watching the trailer, and the trailer looked like
it's real,
literal found footage.
Right. It was the first time they had done that, like commercially.
They started that genre.
I literally thought, did they find that?
Oh, wow.
What happened? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I really thought
that's good advertising, man. That's good promotion, man.
They made a ton of money on that.
$10,000 they made it for. And they made millions.
Probably for cheaper.
Yeah.
But that's up there. So there's no good witch horror movies that you like?
Well, you guys like that stupid witch movie.
You don't like that?
Oh, my God. You mean when you needed subtitles?
He doesn't like reading.
Oh,
he doesn't like reading.
Good movie,
no. There was no subtitles. So they needed subtitles. I don't like having to strain to figure out what the fuck people are talking about.
All right.
And there actually were witches in the forest. So that
there was that one witch in the forest. She was cryptic, man.
I know, but what
I'm saying is,
you don't see her
until like the middle.
And the end of the movie, the people were right. They shouldn't have been. It should have been that they were crazy. It turns out that they needed to be in the fucking forest to get away from these witches. I don't know. I just didn't like that one.
But you liked
It wasn't. I didn't like the how it was filmed. I thought it was lazy. The sound was terrible. You know, I didn't think it looked that great. And then I just want to hear what's going on, man. You know what I'm talking about. The one guy was talking, and you were like, what?
I like the movie.
Yeah, but it wasn't a masterpiece like this fucker said. He's like,
I didn't say masterpiece.
Yes, you did.
I said masterpiece.
Yes, you did.
I said I liked the movie a lot.
Now you're saying
What
that.
about
At the time?
what about the sci-fi ones like Aliens?
Love those.
Oh, dude, yeah.
Would that be considered
That's just a great movie,
horror?
man.
Yes, I think so.
I think so too.
I think that, but the second one was like an action movie.
No, it's sci-fi horror.
Second one's more action movie.
I love
But
Aliens
the first
too.
one
is more horror.
is a horror
for
movie.
sure.
With the first one?
Yes,
I'll
yes,
tell you
yes.
why.
Yeah, I totally agree.
When Ian Holm, is that his name?
Yeah. No.
He played Bilbo Baggins in the first.
Aaron, look that up.
Yeah.
IMDb first alien.
Is his name
He's
Ian
right.
Holm?
Yes, Ian Holm. Yeah.
What? Ian
Yeah,
Holm.
Okay.
Ian Holm played. You see the Lord of the Rings movies, right?
Yeah.
He played Bilbo Baggins.
Mm-hmm. Oh, he was the android.
Yes.
Yeah.
That android was
That's
scary,
when the
dude.
android
Oh.
was malfunctioning.
He was like,
That was scary. When they were killing.
and every time the cat, you knew the cat.
Oh,
every time
right,
the cat was like,
right, yeah.
you knew some shit.
And then the casting
Oh,
was great.
Harry
too.
Dean
Harry
Stanton.
Dean Stanton looked
Harry
really
Dean
like
Stanton,
a
yeah.
fucking a cargo worker.
well,
Yeah.
dude, when that
In
first,
casting, the casting is.
But when that when the alien first popped out
Oh
that
my
first time,
God.
that was just like I was like,
So
what is
visceral.
happening?
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
got to be one of the best movies ever, right?
Yeah,
When
Aliens
you
was
say
great.
that, it was
Great
really
movie.
It was
good, man.
really great. And then,
Really
it just
good.
went off the rails after that. After
Yeah.
Aliens 2. It was just off the
That
rails.
was entertaining, though, man.
Aliens
Just
3
because of
was a
Bill
big-
Paxton.
Did you guys see Alien 4?
Wait.
With Winona Ryder. Did you see that one?
Yeah. Who
Three
directed
was-
3? Who directed 3?
I don't know, but
Fincher.
it was terrible.
Fincher.
Oh, it was terrible.
Fincher did.
But do you know why?
It's her fault because she was like, I'm not going to do this anymore. And she made herself get killed. And then that's why the 4 story was so weird because then
Yeah,
she realized,
yeah,
oh, God,
yeah,
I'm not
yeah,
going to really
yeah.
make
Yeah.
that kind of money anymore. So let
Yeah.
me do another one.
But that was David Fincher's first movie, and he got fucked. You know why? They fired the director, and
Yeah.
he came in halfway during it.
yeah, he had a hard
So he was a
task,
piece
yeah.
of shit.
Oh, the hit
Right,
fix, you
and
can't
David
fix-
Fincher-
the foundation's already done.
Yeah, David Fincher's like,
Well, what
I'll
am I supposed to
try.
do with
Yeah,
this?
so he had a rocky start,
Yeah, I
but
still didn't like it.
Yeah,
though.
yeah.
I didn't like that one. But 1 and 2 were like some of the best. That's the best 1 and 2. After
Yeah.
The Godfather 1 and 2,
Mhm.
Aliens 1 and 2 are the
I
second.
loved it. Yeah,
Yeah.
Omen 1 and 2 also.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, Omen
I
1
mean, the
and 2,
Omen 1
yeah.
and
let's
2.
wrap it up by talking about the future, and let's talk about Jordan Peele.
Okay, yes. That's
Get out.
I
Get
like that.
out.
Okay, listen, this is an unpopular opinion, but I was not a huge fan of Get Out, only because to
What?
me, can I explain
All
why?
right, all
Can
right.
I explain why. I love the movie. The movie's like a great, but to
Yeah.
me, it's like the scarier movie would be black people taking over white people. Like that's a scarier movie.
Mm-hmm.
Rich white people taking over and becoming black. I get why they had to live in the forest. Okay,
Mhm.
because you're not gonna, no matter how much money you have, in the real world, you're still gonna be black. Okay, so you're not gonna get the benefits of being a rich old white person. So I don't know. So for black people, which is why he made the movie, and I totally get. It's like this is a horror movie for minorities. So I get that part of it.
But
But
they're
for mass appeal,
But they're
if you-
transferring the white brain. I mean, yeah, they were transferring that into the black body,
Yeah.
too, as well. They needed to be out there for the
no,
for the experiment.
they're out there in the forest, dude, because they can't live as
right,
a young black dude.
It was their own like utopia. Yeah,
Yeah.
their own utopia.
That's why
Yeah,
they
yeah,
were
I
living
get
in the
that.
forest. You know?
I liked the movie though, man. I thought
I did
I
too.
thought it was a unique story, man.
Yeah, I did too. And
Yeah.
he has this new one coming out,
Yeah,
Us.
yeah.
And it
Dude,
just
that
looks
looks
like
dope.
But it's for me personally, what I like, and it's the same thing of like when you, which is great for Asian people, is that there are already a lot of really great Asian made movies
Yeah,
that are like masterpieces,
yeah.
you know, but there isn't a lot of that for black people. There isn't.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Jordan's
yeah.
making that
He's,
happen.
and he's going like,
He's making it
let's
happen
just
right
make
now.
a horror movie and it's starring black people.
That's great.
And that's great. And it's just like, that's that part of it I love.
Here's
Yeah,
here's
dude.
another. I have to defend Jordan a little
Go
bit
ahead.
too.
You don't have to defend him. I'm just saying. Look, let me restate my point here.
Yeah.
For mass appeal for people out there watching,
Yeah.
I think that you really want to scare white people.
Yeah.
then that's how you scare them. You like where black people are
that movie,
taking over
but
white
that
people.
movie wasn't for white people.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
and I get that,
Right.
and that's what I liked about
for
it.
once, because most
That's
if
what
you
I like
think
about it.
If you think about movies in general, most of them throughout the history of time
Are made
is
for
made
white
for
people.
white people.
Yes, they're made for white people.
and
to
us
consume and
minorities,
enjoy.
we have to because imagine all the storylines that we've seen growing up were generally in the point of view of
Yeah.
white people.
Yeah.
And then as minorities, we have to somehow, you know what I mean?
Pretend like
Pretend
we, yeah.
that we get it or whatever. We do,
Oh.
because a lot of them has to do with the human condition. And
Yeah.
we're